So a bit of a negative for the Paige is gonna average 20 points and 8 assists per game and break every one of Caitlin Clark's record. People, I can't believe those people exist, but I will say that Paige Bueckers she's gonna be a good rookie. I do want to do always talk about that, because to say that Paige Bueckers is not going to be exceptional as a rookie is just flat out wrong. It is flat out wrong. But we saw here, I actually saw it on a post from Reddit. So it is a post that I saw. Obviously, it is from an interview with The Athletic, I think. So it's a Dallas Wings preview here. It's a Dallas Wings preview here with Curt Miller from No Off Season. Obviously, it is a podcast from The Athletic. But the most interesting thing is in the Reddit post. So Curt Miller's talking about no off season, says they were seconds away from trading the pick. It is what it is. Who cares? But this right here. He talked about the advice Gino gave him for coaching Paige, which he will pass along to the coach, which is mildly odd. I mean, not really. But he's expecting load management for the rookies who are coming off their college season, noting there is no mid-season Olympic break like last year. So Curt Miller is somebody who, as a GM, I know obviously when it comes to Curt Miller is he's not the coach anymore. If we remember what Curt Miller did with the LA Sparks, like Curt Miller, his goal is not, we saw especially when it came to Rickea Jackson, like his goal is not to make Rickea Jackson get Rickea Jackson the most points humanly possible minute one. Like that's just not what that's just genuinely not what his goal is. We saw with Rickea Jackson, he did not start Rickea Jackson for a while, wanted to work on her defense, eased her in. And obviously, look, it's Paige Bueckers. You're going to start Paige Bueckers. Is Paige Bueckers better than Rickea? We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Like, I'm not going to say yes. I'm not going to say no. We will see, though. There could be a debate either way, and we'll see once Paige gets into the WNBA, because we can't forget how good Rickea played towards the end of last season. And in my opinion, you can't question what he did. You actually can't, because Rickea Jackson's improvement from game 1 to game 40 was huge. Whereas, if you look at the rookie that was thrown in the deep end, in Angel Reese, and I mean this when I say it's like Angel Reese was a starter. She was without question a starter, and she was like a hell of a player. She came in ready. And like that's one of the things, like if you look early on this channel, there's a video of me in talking about preseason where I'm like, look, she's come in ready to go, whereas Rickea Jackson didn't. Angel Reese is like actual adaptation time was like non-existent. But she played 40 minutes and played through her mistakes and did not improve on any of her mistakes from start to finish. And obviously when it came to Caitlin, I think Caitlin's big improvement came when she had the mini off season during the Olympics. Obviously which allowed her to do that, but I don't think there was that much of an improvement on individual things till that Olympic break, or till honestly I think Caitlin's huge improvement as well came when they were playing one game every 4 days, because they were like 4 games ahead of the rest of the WNBA in terms of games played. But yeah, it's really something that makes perfect sense from Dallas' perspective. Like the getting paid, being able to low manage Paige, and it's not even doing anything crazy. It's like when it comes to Paige Bueckers, she play her 25 a game. Play her 25 a game. And she's going to still put up 12, 13, 4, or 3 and 4 in those 25 a game. And like that would be, like if we want to look at what Rickea Jackson did. And I actually think that's probably, like I stand by this, Rickea Jackson probably, her and Caitlin from game 1 to game 40 had the biggest improvements last year. But if you look at Rickea Jackson, she played 28 minutes. But if you want to look at her game log from the start of the season, or at least starting it off like that, 18, 22, 31, 21, 24, 23, 28, 27, 14, 24, 23. And these are good minutes. These are legitimately good minutes. And like if Paige can get these minutes straight away after coming off a long college season, and the Dallas Wings, it benefits the Dallas Wings to suck this year. Unpopular opinion, it benefits the Dallas Wings to suck this year. They won 9 games last year. It benefits them to suck. All they have to do is not make the playoffs. And based on the last 2 years' win totals and win percentages, they are going to be in with a shot of the number 1 overall pick. And if you are the Dallas Wings, you are probably like, that is something that kind of matters. And it's about long-term development. At the same time, I still think the Wings are going to go for the playoffs. I still think they do. And especially because, again, they were hyped about Isaiah James still being there. She's going to make the roster. I can't even remember. Whoever they took at 14 is probably not going to make the roster. It's probably going to be between Isaiah James, JJ Quinterly, and, oh my God, she was the freaking defensive 2-guard. Who did the Wings take? I've just blanked on the name on the top of my head. Oh, where'd she even go to college? Oh, I need to look this up. Sorry, I'm exhausted and I've been working my ass off recently, so I'm just tired. I'm forgetful right now. But Madison Scott, that's who it was. I was thinking Madison Booker off the top of my head, and I'm like, it's not Madison Booker. But like, Madison Scott is a big guard who can defend. And I think it's between her, Isaiah James, and JJ Quinterly. And JJ Quinterly's about 5'4", so she's not going to make the team. There was a reason why she fell to the 3rd round. I didn't know why she fell to the 3rd round, but her being 5'4" probably does help. But it is an interesting one anyway when it comes to load managing. Because like, you want Paige to be as good a player as possible for your organization. And I think we've come from a season where one rookie stepped in and was the best guard in the WNBA very quickly. And another rookie stepped in and was the best rebounder in the history of the WNBA day one. And we saw Rikia by the end of the season becoming a borderline all-star level player. But what the big difference was that we saw an improvement in Rikia. We saw her get better as the season's gone on. And Rikia was not load managed to an extent, but like not thrown into the deep end. And I do think Paige Bueckers is going to start. But if you look at the Dallas Wings, if you look at their guard rotation, so their forward rotation, like Maddie Siegrist is a third overall pick, who was the leading scorer in the nation in Caitlin Clark's junior year. Do you remember the 2023 year where Caitlin Clark was dropping 40 in everyone's face and this crap happened? Yeah, Maddie Siegrist was the leading scorer in the nation that year. You've got Nalissa Smith, who, as much as I don't rate her as a player, can score. Namisha Hines-Allen's on a max contract. So, and then obviously you got Tiara McCown. So that's kind of their big rotation. But their guard rotation is Paige, Dejanay, Arike, Ty. And like Ty Harris is so good. Like, you cannot forget that they have the best bench player in Paige's position off the bench. So there's not going to be that many Ty Harris, Paige, and Arike lineups. Because Dejanay is not going to play much of power forward. So I could see Paige coming in as a 25-minute-a-game player. I still predict her or Anissa Morrow for Rookie of the Year. And again, Anissa Morrow slid to 7 instead of 4 because she's about 5'10" and not 6'1". So yeah, it is very interesting to see what they're going to do. And Curt Miller coming straight out and talking about load management, it makes perfect sense. I understand the fans, and especially it's not even the Dallas fans. I think the Dallas Wings fans are going to be happy out with her being low managed, and it's like, you know what? Yeah, do what a lot of other countries do, or not do what NBA teams do. Do what they do with the rookies, where it's like, give the reins to the rookies, let her develop, do what's going to be best for her to develop, and see how we are in a couple of years. Whereas it's going to be the people that are going to be really pissed if she's not playing 30 minutes a game are not going to be the Wings fans. The Wings fans, at the end of the day, them doing badly can be beneficial for them. It's going to be the anti-Clarks. It's going to be the Hatelans. They're going to be really pissed at this. But anyway, I'll see you guys.